When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints you rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Ready, took the elbow. Check.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Check, lucky.
On second down, it's Lindsay. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let one go deep for Park. He's got a man. Complete. That one goes for 30 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now it's Lindsay. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is RG3. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Set, hut, 60 yards. Check my 21. Hey, check.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And it's caught by Parker. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Ready up. 56. Check 56. All day, baby. All day.
They'll try the draw. Lindsey. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a carry for Lindsey. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
Ready? 56. Mike's 56. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Let's go.
They're on 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go. 60 yards. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Switch. 66, pull it, half.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. Right, set. 15 on it. I'm coming for you. You mine. Ready, go. 21, Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Half.
Griffin now to throw on third down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
From the gun, it's Jackson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Kill.
On 2nd down, Collins. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On first down, right back to Lindsey. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Ready. Check 24.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Griffin. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21.
Now Griffin. And he's going to go down again. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 23. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. From the 45 on second down. Jackson, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson, there on the coverage. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Parker. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And a loose football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Griffin. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. So we've come to halftime at a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. He's got it complete to Perkins. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Check my 21. I don't even know why this team showed up. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
From the gun on 3rd down, Griffin. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try to put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 56 to Mike. 56.
From the gun, Jackson. They'll find Lindsey here. And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd.
The Bengals take over the 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first, they go right back to Collins. Fighting his way through contact. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Another Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You.
Here's Griffin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Second and 10 now. Griffin, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Griffin, and that is incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams and the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to launch this thing. Wait up. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Devontae Parker, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Mike 21, check Mike 21. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Griffin now off the bootleg. Steps away. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll try to pick it up with Perkins, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Play action. Now Griffin. Escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Griffin. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Push him back. Shift. Let's go. Come on.
To throw again on second down. Griffin, he's got it complete to Perkins. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now a shotgun give to Perkins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here we go. All right, D. Let's go. All right, D.
Play action. It's Griffin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, shut up.
Throwing again. Griffin. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And Eifert has it. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's Perkins on first down. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Jackson from the shotgun. He completes this to Sutton. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Game situation, let's go. 81, 99, check 99. Hey, check.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Mike 21, check Mike 21.
From midfield now, here's Griffin. He's got his man here. It's Green. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Off the bootleg. Griffin. And able to find Green. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already.
Switch, go, go. No, Motion. Reset.
On first and goal, Collins. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it second and goal.
7-yard line.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I got one. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. It's coming this way. Here we go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and that's a touchdown late in this affair. Extra point attempt to follow here. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The Broncos on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
And this offense needs a touchdown. A field goal won't get it done in this situation. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, things are looking a little bit bleak.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Griffin down to a knee, and that should be the final act in this game.
Today's
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Cincinnati, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Denver, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.